we respect just the use of distant miking, which
Let's
is not.
quickly talk about Zeppelin. Out in LA, you've been putting together these sort of bonzo bashes.
Yeah.
Is there more coming?
Yeah. I think we just did the one Bonzo's birthday bash May 31st, the House of Blues, and it was, I don't know if I want to say it was the biggest one, but it was the one that probably got the most attention. Just because.
Who came out to that one? Was that with Frankie Benelli and all that?
Yeah, Frankie. We had guest stars. We had Sebastian Bach was there, Mike Portnoy, Billy Sheehan came up, Jeff Pilson sang and played bass in the song. It was just like I was trying to. The initial idea was to put the drummer front and center, and no guest stars, no like getting a famous guitar player up there because it takes attention away from the drummer. And then I started thinking, to get this thing going to the next level, you do want to include other people. It's a Bonzo tribute. Who's to say that a guitar player or drummer isn't as much of a fan of Bonham as a drummer is, But then I was like, I don't want to take attention away from the drummer. Like, let's say Slash is up there, and there's a drummer up there. Well, maybe everybody's going to be focused on Slash. But I go, not really, because we put the drums at the front of the stage, center. Nobody's in front of that drum set. So it doesn't matter who's doing what. The drummer is the front and center. So we added that element of some other guest star type people in there. And it went really good. It went great. Yeah, it seems like it's always it takes a lot of time and energy to put it together, but it's always fun. Again? And yeah, the intention is to do it again. I just don't know exactly when yet. There's some ideas floating around right now. I just know that the House of Blues was happy, so they're pretty much, we're going to talk to them about doing it again. Just don't have the date yet.
Now, you mentioned Sebastian and Jeff Pilson. They're on that new album TNN with you.
Yeah.
Which is sort of...
Isn't it TNA? What is it?
TNN.
Tooth and nail, you're right.
Tooth and nail, and then they couldn't say tooth and nail, so now they got to go T, Ambersam, N, so it sounds like.
But
TNA.
Sebastian's out there singing, I think, Alone Again.
He does that, and on all the Dokken songs, Mick Brown does the drums, and all the new songs with Jeff Pilson singing, I'm on the drums, so it's like half and half.
And you're going to tour that at some point also?
They're touring. I know the intent, which makes sense to me, is if you put George Lynch, Jeff Pilson, and Mick Brown on stage together, that's 3/4 of Dokken.
Right.
With somebody else, the new stuff Jeff will be singing, but let's say somebody that can sing lead on the Dokken stuff and maybe also do second guitar. So
is that a job you'd want? I mean, you sing.
Yeah, but for the Dokken stuff or whatever, I'm not probably the guy.
But you could give it a new sort of spice or new quality.
It's safe to say I won't be doing it, but they will do. They're going to do a run like November, December, I think, with Mick on drums and see how that goes. Just get it out there, get the album out, and get it started. And I think that's a cool thing. I'm happy that I'm on half of the record. And if something didn't work out with Mick, then I'm if I'm available to play drums, then cool. But
just stay off the golf carts.
Oh no, I don't know, man. I might try and find a golf cart. No, I don't. You don't need to play golf carts. You play golf.
Not for what he was doing.
Mick
did you miss that one?
Mick Brown plays with Ted Nugent, and I guess he was having a good time and found a golf cart and stole it. And there was with the Nugent, and he was running away from security and eventually the police or something. And with a couple girls on the golf cart, and I don't know if he fell over, ran over. He didn't run over anybody, but I think he was avoiding security and all that, and he got arrested. But it was a funny story because because when you arrest somebody on a golf cart, it just sounds funny. It's just like, how much bad could you be doing in a golf cart?
The funny part was that he actually outran the police on a golf cart for a while. Before we wrap up, Sass, you've been...
sorry. Anyways, keep going.
No, but you've been, this Canadian icon for 20 years. And... No, not an icon?
Am I that freaking old?
Wow.
Yeah, baby.
Awesome. For 5 years.
That's all good. I don't care. It really does.
And the last time you were mostly in the media was Canadian Idol, fell off, went off the air. Any chance that might come back? And what have you been doing in the last 4 years?
No, there's no chance that's going to come back. In the last 4 years, I've been living. Right. And I've been doing the S.U.N stuff. I'm working on another television show.
Can you talk about that?
I'm an honorary colonel in the RCAF right now, and I'm working on a television show that incorporates all of that.
Is that for the CBC or something like that, or
we don't know yet.
You don't know yet? Okay.
We don't know yet. We don't know who's going to buy it, but we're really excited. That's really, really fascinating and interesting.
What's your role? Are you the host, or are you like?
Well, what happened was I did this tour with the Canadian Forces. We went to Alert to the North Pole.
Right.
And and I was doing shows for them, and they approached me and said, "Would you ever consider being an honorary colonel for our squadron, 417 Combat Support Squadron
out of where?
Cold Lake, Alberta?" And I said, "Sure," because I had no idea what that entailed. because now I say yes.
Right.
And it's like, oh, oops. Anyways, but it wasn't in this case. It was I've gotten to fly a helicopter and do unbelievable stuff so far. And what happened was, while I was doing this sort of like USO tour, I don't know how you, like, entertainment tour.
CSO tour, I guess, right?
Yes, CSO tour, thank you. It was the first time in my life where I'd ever been involved with the military in any way, shape, or form. And I had no idea that these people have the most amazing stories. They're the most fascinating, incredible people.
Right.
And these are the people that like defend your country, and they allow us to live the lives that we lead. And they were the most
generous
awesome,
and giving.
and so I thought, you know what, wouldn't it be an amazing thing to get a chance to tell these people's stories, to get them to tell their stories.
Right.
And then they asked me to be their honorary colonel, which is sort of like a public liaison,
right,
between
the face of the
yeah,
cause. Right.
Exactly. And I said yes, and so the whole thing just fits in perfectly.
I forgot to tell you, I'm also an honorary colonel.
Sergeant Tichy.
With Orville
Sergeant
Redenbacher.
Rock is gonna help me.
With Orville Redenbacher.
Make the girl mine, keep the shit
on, did you
alive. I did.
I am an honorary colonel with Orville Redenbacher.
Wait till you see this fucker play guitar.
He's great.
You know what? This is the kind of person that pisses you off.
Yeah. It's really.
I have a really
But he plays. I mean, you do bass, guitar, drums.
Yeah,
he's a pain in the ass, is what he is. He's a pain.
Yeah.
P-I-A. Pia. He's a pain in the ass. Pain in the sass. Here's the deal. One of my really good friends is a guitar player in a band called 3 Days Grace, which is like this big Canadian band. And he knows.
Seen them a bunch of times.
He knows that me and Tichy are doing this project together, and he's like, he was dying to hear the Sun record, so he sat through the entire Sun record, top to bottom, Barry stock. Anyways, and he goes, the last note ends on Something Into Nothing. Something into nothing again. Stop. And he goes, I hate this fucking guy. And I was like, I so know what you mean. I hate him too.
I know.
But you hate him, but you gotta love him.
You gotta love him.
Anybody who's that talented is annoying.
It's really not, no, I'm just saying, it's like,
it's really not what?
You play drums, you learn how to play, and then you sit there and you learn some riffs on guitar, and then the only difference is you start actually working on solos and vibrato and technique on solos. That's when.
How many drummers do you know sound like Tichy?
Of course, frankly, not many.
Thank you. End of story.
Anyways, how do I add to this conversation?
You can't.
No, I mean, listen. When you see him in Foreigner, all of a sudden Foreigner has like monsters sitting behind the drum. It's.
I know. The second he sits behind the set, it's over. But also, put him on the guitar. It's annoying.
Yeah, with guitars. Yeah, it's awesome. I can't wait to do it. I love playing guitar. Drums are awesome, but it's just. When you get to hit a guitar and you have Sass in the front singing, you have a badass. That's what's like. It's just a true rock record. It's a true rock record in the old school '70s way of like old Bad Company and Zeppelin and Heart and all that stuff
that made us do what we do.
Where you're just and there's tons of other stuff. I mean, we'll talk about Joe Walsh forever, just like how much
we'll talk about Parliament Funkadelic.
Yeah, all this stuff. You talk about Tom Petty. You just keep talking about these people that like just inspire you to play music and just have written songs that inspire you. So there's the great thing is we're not even trying. And in this day and age, what are you trying for? You can try and make a record to sound like what? Like to fit into what? Like what's fitting in anymore?
The muse, dude.
Yeah, there's no fitting in.
You could do a sort of a Justin Bieber knockoff.
You could. That would be interesting.
Fit right in.
I just like to get we just need to get out there and
Euro
get seen.
techno dance. So you could be.
Oh God, you want to hear somebody really, really? I'm not kidding. Cool. Like I'm not being facetious here. Bernhoft. Have you heard of that?
No.
Okay. Fucking YouTube. Bernhoft.
Okay.
Bernhoft. Just YouTube that guy. He's the shit.
Oh yeah?
Right, did I show you that?
No.
He's the shit, and he's nothing like it's nothing like what we do. But
I know you have to run off to the Foreigner gig.
He has to play.
I'd love to sit here and chat, but I got to go downstairs and wait for the limos.
I gotta go downstairs.
That's a Spinal Tap quote. You got to know Spinal Tap.
Of course. But where can we find Sun? Are you on iTunes yet?
No, but we're going to be when it comes out, which is whatever that thing you call when they release something on a day. The release date.
The drop date. Now,
when
everybody
drop date, yeah.
it's going to drop.
It's going to drop on your foot.
Dude, when it drops, just make sure it
August.
doesn't break because you have to buy it again.
Stevie Sauce. Thank you. Anyways, yeah.
So there's a facebook.com/
We got a / something under nothing. You know that works, and we have the somethingundernothing.com.
Good
website with like pictures and and games.
Juicy details about our private lives.
Yeah. There's seriously every day. There's like this little set. You need a special code to get in there. Got to pay us a little dough. But there's this one section that you get in. We tell you like intimate secrets about stuff that happens day to day, like that nobody else knows.
Like laundry and shit.
Yeah.
It'd be an off day laundry run.
So
yeah.
On Monday we play a gig, and on Tuesday we wash our socks.
It's a true rock band. It's guitar, bass, drums, vocals. That's just this true 4-piece. Like people call it a 3-piece. I'm like, what do you mean 3 pieces? Guitar, drums, and bass, I guess, are the pieces, and the 4th is the singer. But it's 4 people. Like the Who, like Zeppelin, like Queen, like Bad Company, and all that stuff. And but it's just a lot of fun to write. The good thing is, we write well together. We're
it's a band. It's not a one-off project.
No.
Okay.
That's not our plan. It's our plan is to be a band.
A band.
We don't just write well together.
But let me ask you though,
fountain of creativity.
As a solo artist, why go seek out a band? I mean, don't you lose control? Don't you lose creative?
No, you would if you were doing it with someone with other people that you don't feel in.
As Sass, you have your vision for your albums, right?
I do. And I was originally doing that when Tichy and I started writing.
Right.
The thing is that him and I together.
Listen to that. He's playing that while you're trying to talk. Come on.
That's us having to go.
You gotta go.
We gotta go.
The amazing thing about
hey, dude, we're
just
coming down.
A fountain, like it's this endless fountain of creativity.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, Mitch, sorry, we were doing this interview thing, but Mitch knows how to get there.
So
we're leaving now.
It's like when you find your equal.
Thank you. I'll call John.
You know what I mean? We're like a match made in heaven in music.
Okay, bye. Perfect.
Personally, we can't stand each other, but musically, we're like a fucking match.
It's kind of like Gene and Paul, I guess, right?
We are. So, we out?
I know you got to go, so let's wrap it up there, and we'll find you online, and we'll make sure people buy the album.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Yeah, check out S.U.N.
Pleasure meeting you again.
Sweetheart, again. Ciao, Sylvain. Ah ouais.